I bet you have a knife collection. If not, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But the holidays are coming up quick and you might need to put some money together. And if you do, you should check out today's sponsor, link down in the description, bladebinge.com. You can not only sell your knives there, you can also buy new and used knives. The buyer and the seller are both protected, so there's no risk for either party. And like I said, they even have brand new knives on the site as well. So check them out. Their links are down in the description. Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we're checking out a bunch of new knives, and we're going to go through them fairly quickly. This is the new Nuk knife, and I believe this is a Kickstarter. They did an originally one that I did have on the channel, which was a budget knife, which they have versions of as well. This one is the M390 hollow ground version with a beautiful satin finish, titanium overlays over steel liners. So it helps keep the price down for, you know, some of the materials, right? Now, like I said, there is budget versions with 14C28N, I believe, and then G10 scales. You can see this deep carry clip is reversible and it goes real deep. So this is about as deep as you can get. Then there is great access to that lock bar, very, very smooth. The thumb stud action is good and the front flipper is good. However, the one thing that I had an issue with in the original one, I'm surprised they didn't do anything about. So one was these thumb studs. There's no texturing on the thumb studs. Granted, they work fine. I'm not complaining that they don't work, but under wet conditions and stuff, like, it can be slippery, right? So you want texture there so that it grips you back. Another thing is the jimping on the front flipper could be sharper. It's fine. It's gonna work just fine. As you can see, I can easily use it. It's operatable, if that's a word, but it's not sharp. And so if it's slippery again, or if it's wet or anything like that again, juices get on there, something like that, it can make it a little slippery. The grind is amazing. Great grind. Sharp toe and plunge grind is decent. I like how they did that. The titanium is a blasted finish. Ergos are really good. It's a great size knife. Lockup is rock solid. Stop pin, I don't like them landing back there, but this one's completely out of the way, so I don't care. It's fine. And there is T6 hardware. That's another thing. I wish they were T8s. But all in all, cool knife. It's a cool little knife. You know, I just wish that since it was the second version that those little things were modified. The next one is the Spyderco PM2 in Rex 76. I did a full video on this, so I'm not going to speak much about it. I'm just going to let you guys know. Available right now at GP Knives, if they're still available. Pretty sure they are, not 100%, but Rex 76 is a new steel. I have not tested it yet, so I can't give you any feedback on exactly how it is. It should be a little bit better than Rex 45 in edge retention. The corrosion resistance is going to be low, and the toughness is going to be low. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it and see how it performs as far as edge-wise, what type of edges it likes to take, and so on. Whether or not it's steel that can take a mirror, because like Rex 121 would be one you don't want to put a mirror on. Rex 45 loves a mirror edge. So we'll see how this one does. But it is just a Spyderco PM2, which, you know, is just a lot of people already know about. These come in a lot of different versions. Very, very grippy G10 though. So yeah, check that full length video out if you want to see more. And next is the new DLC Demco 80-20.5 Cub, the Shark Cub. And we also have the 20.5 with the Shark Foot, 20 CV and carbon fiber scales. These are real carbon fiber as well, but you can see the size difference here between it and the little guy. Now, what's cool about the little guy, which, you know, I've done videos on the 20.5. I even have a custom blade on one of mine. These scales, nice and grippy. They're smooth, but they also have a little bit of texture to them. The thumb stud makes it really easy to operate. Same thing with the hole deployment. Very, very ergonomic. These are a little bit more robust than you might see on a normal knife this size because the lock is super strong. These ones are a little bit slicier though. And I really like that one. It's DLC 20 CV. This is 20 CV too, so is this one, with aluminum handles that are super slim. Look at how thin and slim that is. It is very, very slim, yet I can get a full grip, even though I am getting every bit of it, you know, like my pinky's hanging on there, but I got it. It is very comfortable. The jimping is very functional. I can choke up if I need to. I love a spear point blade. I like that the geometry feels a little bit slicier. Not that it's super, super slicey. I would love to see a deep hollow grind on one of these. Then this one, you can see DLC blade with the aluminum handle. I'm not sure about the hardware and clip, if that's DLC or not. Probably not, but maybe. But, you know, the deep carry clip has a lot of spring to it. It is reversible, and using the shark lock, which is a very, very strong lock. So nice and fidget friendly, but then also nice and durability friendly. It's something that, you know, while the action is super smooth and everything, it's something that is very, very reliable when it comes to tough use and being hard on it. Something that can last, you know, a good amount of time without seeing, you know, problems, you know, as long as you're not being an idiot with it, obviously. But I think that these are going to be a little bit more idiot proof than a lot of knives. The edge angle is really good on there. I do like that. I do think they did a nice edge angle, proper edge angle, something that you could lower back if you want to, or just keep it the same. Should be plenty slicey, very, very solid, super slim, which is what I love though. So yeah, these new little cubs I actually like quite a bit. I like aluminum handles. I think they feel good, and you know, being that they're so lightweight, it makes it, you know, it makes it tough yet very light, but then in the same breath, it's also you know, a tough little knife, you know, so it's tough, light, and kind of compact, which a lot of people can appreciate. So let's get to the next one, because the next one is actually another Demco. Now, this one is their new fixed blade, the Armiger. Is it Armiger or Armiger? One of the two. Armiger or Armiger. I'm not positive. I didn't look that up. But the blade steel on this is 80 CRV2, made in Taiwan with an American Tanto. I love American Tantos. And if you look, it does drop down. So the tip has a little bit of drop to it. So it's not going to be a straight back, which I can appreciate because I personally like more of a drop on my Tantos than I do a straight back. That's going to, one, help you easily get to the tip, the primary tip, but you also have a very pronounced sharp secondary tip. This is more of a tactical knife, and you know, 80 CRV2 was technically made for or designed for combat knives and stuff, so it does make sense in this instance because it's going to be more of a hard use tactical knife more so than an EDC knife. The handle, it has a little bit of texturing right there. It has I believe it's a rubberized handle, which does feel really good. It's rock solid in my hand. Like I'd struggle to make this slip out of my hand, even though this, you know, is rubber, which can be slippery, but this one's good. It just has texturing in the right spots. Yeah, I feel locked in pretty good. This is something personally, I would say, I'm not telling you to do this, but this is something I would have no problem prying with, no problem really using. Very, very hard and tough. The sheath, you can use it in any direction, which I love. I always love that. That's something that's always a plus to me. Doesn't have a very loud click, but I can feel it's nice and secure. I can just pull it out or do a push off. Either one works well. They say, I guess this is a patent pending sheath, and I'm guessing because of the reversibility. Now this does come in, I believe, a spear point. I wish I got the spear point because I personally love spear points more than even Tantos. Spear points are my favorite. But you know, hey, Tantos are badass as well. I also like Tantos. So this finish has a very, very, I don't know how good the finish is as far as durability, but it has a really rough texture over it. Hopefully that adds to the durability, but I don't know. You know, it's hard to say. The spine, not super sharp, so you're not going to be striking fires with it, but it's really not that kind of knife. And then you can see it is a stick tang. You see the tang popping out right there, but it seems like a little bit more of a durable stick tang. The stick goes all the way through and through. So I imagine it's pretty damn durable and tough. So maybe we'll have to take it out back and beat on it a little bit and see how it does. Next, Next is a new model from Kaiser, the Kaiser Hawk. I freaking love this thing. This is probably my favorite Kaiser right now. I think they did an amazing job with it. And I love that they're using the detent nub instead of, or sorry, a flat detent instead of a regular detent ball. So this has basically like a metal detent nub, and there's a big, big hole in here for the detent, you know, to fall into, which creates a more crisper breaking detent. Listen to this. I love it. I absolutely love it. Very ergonomic. The blade steel on this one is S45VN, which they have been using lately. The edge is pretty good. It could have been a little bit sharper, but it's good. I like the hole deployment, how it kind of follows the same shape as the blade in a way. Holes in the handle, not everybody's going to love that, but I'd love the micro milling. Copper backspacer and pivot collar. Love to see that. I think that was a nice little touch. The clip works great, by the way, guys. I like this clip quite a bit. It doesn't look like it has a lot of ramp, but I had no problems even putting this in my thick jeans. Great access to that lock bar. And because the detent nub is the way it is, if you just push all the way in, I was thinking it was double clutching before, and I thought I had to hold just a little lower. Nope, you just need to push in harder. So if you just push in deeper, it will go past the detent nub. So, because it just pops out a little bit more. I do have a full video on this. Go and check out, or sorry, I have a full video of Kaisers, and this one's the last one in that lineup that I recently did. TA hardware all the way around, and I believe in that I do show that nub. I don't think I took it apart. I think I just showed it, a close-up of it. I'm sure I already did that in here too. But I love the Hawk, man. I think this is Kaiser's best new model. Sencut has a little tiny little neck knife, and it does come with a chain, so you can put it around your neck. You can tie the chain right here and let it dangle. And then, you know, you have a little bit of lanyard here. You can grab it with your hand and pull it out and use it for utility purposes. This wouldn't be, in my opinion, a self-defense knife. This would be a little utility blade, something for you to, you know, open things up, you know, cut your bag of chips open or whatever, you know, you're doing with your knife during the day. But I imagine that, can I go any direction? No, I'm gonna stab myself there. But yeah, pretty cool. It's very lightweight. That's one cool thing about a neck knife like this. It is super, super lightweight. 9CR 18 MOV, which is typically what Sencut uses. It is a hose stop hell design. The edge is really good. Kydex little sheath. So yeah, should be pretty damn cool. Next is a new knife I recently just showed. Actually, I did a full video on this puppy, but this is the Bastard Knives Alcyon or something. Whatever it is. Alcyon, something like that. But it is a blade in M390 with a harpoon drop point dual ground slight recurve tanto with a unique button lock. So this has a square plunge instead of a round plunge. And because the flipper tab is up so high, it makes for really hard deployment. It really snaps out there like aggressively hard, even if it had no detent, because of just the leverage point you have on there. The titanium clip is great. The titanium handle is very comfortable in the hand, no matter what grip you're gonna be in. The blade shape, in my opinion, is phenomenal for EDC use, as long as you know how to sharpen. You do have a fuller right there that you can easily reverse flick off of. That works great. If you want to hear my nitpicks and negatives, go and check out that full-length video. But all in all, man, this one is a really cool piece that's recently came out. I'm not sure all the places that have them in stock right now. I'll do what I can to link them down below, if possible. If you don't see a link to them, you can just search for it. And then the last one is another Sencut. This one is the Sencut Draxer. The Sencut Draxer. And I like this one. I like the sheep's foot blade with it has the edge of a Warncliffe, but the spine of a sheep's foot. So I'm gonna call it just a modified sheep's foot. And it has a nice finger choil with a beautiful plunge grind and sharpening choil. Good access to that lock bar. Super snappy detent. Great action. Nice thumb stud placement, easy to get to. The handle is nice and slim, nice grippy G10. It is semi-flat because it has chamfered edges, but that makes it where it's super comfortable in the hand. 9CR18 MOV steel, I believe. Yes, 9CR18 MOV steel, which is going to be amazing at utility cuts. You're going to be able to slice all the way out there to the tip without it slipping out. So you're going to be able to do repeat cuts really good. Even, you know, turning it around or using it in the gas station knife fighting, grip's going to be good. Has a really good balance to it. This is a great little budget knife, and considering the prices Sencuts go for, this is where you should want to spend your money if you're under the $50 range. If you're under $50, Sencut is the way to go. They do some of the most highest quality, best performing knives in the under $50 range. You have a reversible deep carry clip, not inset, but it does have flat screws, and it has TA hardware all the way around except for the clip screws. But yeah, phenomenal action. And, you know, with these ergonomics and everything, this is going to be a great user. Great geometry, by the way. That's another thing that Sencut does do a good job at. So there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Till next time, peace.